So that's a great question. Why should you do We the People? I think it's great for school groups, high school groups. I have seen it done with a junior high, like 8th grade group as well. I think it works best with high school groups, community theater groups, and even professional theater companies that are doing things for young audiences. And the reason is simple. It's a story that needs to be told. We need to understand about our original veterans, the original people that gave their life for our country. We need to understand that this was not a bed of roses, that people were really against independence because of fear, not because they didn't want to be free. And in the musical, Addie talks a lot about her voice as a young woman. She knows where she stands with King George, but where will she stand with all these men who are going to set the rules and the laws for how she's going to live her life, how her children will live their lives, and so forth. Yet she has hope. So it's a musical about fear. It's a musical about change. It's a musical about the fear of the unknown even. But it's also a musical, I think, that challenges young people to think. It'll challenge your audience. And Judy wrote this amazing rock and roll score. So I'm going to tell you a quick little story. When we premiered this show in the workshop back in 2008, I think it was, we had a school groups come in for a week, and we were sold out. It was great. I mean, we could have probably gone an extra week if the cast had been available. But I was walking through the theater. There was a high school group there, and they realized it was a musical, and no one had told them that. And these guys were like, oh man, we're watching a musical. They were just totally bummed and like, ready to get out of there. And then I kind of got to a point where I could see them as they watched the show, because I thought, well, we'll see. And then when that first guitar ripped in the first song, those guys popped up. And I watched them throughout the show. I think I watched them more than I watched the actual show that day. And when it was over, I passed by them again. They were like, that's the best thing I've ever seen. So these teenagers that were not really into musicals, they loved this show because it's rock and roll and it's fun and it's full of conflict and really interesting characters. And there's a love story. There's fighting and all those things, those elements that make great conflict. So if you're a school group, if you are a theater organization, whether it be community theater, professional theater, it's a very powerful show that delivers a great amount of punch to it. It gives great performance opportunities for your young people, but also I think it'll be one of the very best pieces you ever do. There's so many ways you can tie education into this. Language arts, history, theater. You can bring all of that in and meet so many of these different standards that our states are wanting us to adhere to and try to go to. Plus, let's face it, you're putting forth a live performance, and nothing beats a live performance. So I really do hope that school groups and community theater groups and professional groups will seek out We the People, give it a read, listen to the music, and I hope they'll make it a part of their season.